Each year, the president goes to a different military academy on graduation day, and the rotation brought him back to New London. Under the cover of darkness, vandals caused quite a mess out here in this old cemetery. This headstone knocked over. This one over here, barely standing up. And over here, even worse damage. This headstone broken at its base. Before today's state Supreme Court ruling, there were 11 men on death row, and after today's ruling, those 11 men can continue to live in prison. There are now no trespassing signs posted by police here at the scene after they spent 3 weeks digging for bones. It's cold out there in Hartford, and it's cold here in Waterbury. Check it out. Looks like a ghost town here in Waterbury, except for these snow plows. Obviously, they're doing a great job and working through the night to keep the highways clear. And there you go. A semi going down the highway through the Brass City. The travel ban is still in effect, and obviously there are a handful of trucks and cars disobeying that ban. The roads are actually pretty clear in this section, but there's a huge mess behind me, that being the passenger bus we believe was heading to one of the casinos. You can see it's still on its side. The front of it's actually facing the wrong direction. And a lot of surveillance video too. I think that might have been the big thing. I mean, the surveillance video showed what obviously the jury believed to be a gun, a Glock 45 in his hand in his house just minutes after the murder. And then the next day, Shania Jenkins walking out with a big garbage bag. She gets on the stand and says to the jury, I don't remember where I threw that out.
Sure. Yeah.
Obviously, the jury didn't believe that. This is the second great white they've caught off of Cape Cod this summer, and this one's actually bigger than the one they caught last week. And right now, the team is working on a series of tests, including ultrasounds, blood work, and fin clips. Shell casing marker number 44 is right next to this home, and that's where a bullet went through the side and into the right side of a woman taking a shower. Some people who enjoy this trail are conflicted after this attack. They love the fact that it's wooded and secluded, but now they're thinking, does the landscape here have to change? One of the best ways to prevent and contain avian flu is actually knowing who has chickens. That's why the state wants everyone to register their birds, whether it's a larger operation or just a backyard coop. Here at Hartford Toyota, they've run promotions before like shoot to win a gas card during March Madness. Well, obviously the madness is going on for Powerball, so why not buy a car and get a bunch of Powerball tickets for free? We thought a verdict was near because Aaron Hernandez's mother and his fiancée, Shania Jenkins, showed up at the courthouse in Fall River this morning. As it turns out, there wasn't only a decision, we also learned Hernandez's punishment.
What say you, Madam Foreperson? Is the defendant not guilty? Guilty of murder in the first degree, or guilty of murder in the second degree?
Guilty of murder in the first degree.
Aaron Hernandez barely even blinked when the jury labeled him a killer. His fiancée and mother, however, were devastated.
Deliberate premeditation and/or extreme atrocity or cruelty.
Extreme atrocity or cruelty.
The jury determined the 6 .45 caliber gunshots which killed Odin Lloyd were excessively malicious, and that Hernandez orchestrated the whole thing in the North Attleboro Industrial Park in the early morning hours of June 17, 2013. Lloyd's mother, Ursula Ward, also broke down with bittersweet tears as the jury found the former New England Patriots star guilty as well on the other crimes of illegal gun and ammunition possession.
Jury in seat number 7, is the verdict as announced by the foreperson your verdict?
Yes.
A seated Hernandez mouthed his disapproval towards the jury. He didn't have much time to digest his fate. The sentencing phase quickly came next, starting with a heartbroken statement from Lloyd's mother. And even though she lost her firstborn, her only son, Ursula Ward was not revengeful.
I forgive the hands of the people that had a hand in my son's murder, either before or after. And I pray and hope that someday everyone out there will forgive them also.
After Lloyd's mother, his sister told Judge Susan Garsh that her brother avoided trouble.
He was never in a gang. He never picked up guns. And this is how he died.
The impact statements finished. The judge's sentence was swift, having the court clerk announce it.
You're committed to the MCI Cedar Junction for the term of your natural life without the possibility of parole.
A maximum sentence without hope of ever being a free man again, at least for now. Appeals are coming, but on this day, a lot of appreciation for justice.
I would like to thank the prosecutors and everyone that had a hand in helping the prosecutors to come this far.
That includes all the help from police here in Connecticut, DA Thomas Quinn said, the state police divers who searched Pine Lake for the murder weapon, and Bristol PD, who assisted in the search of 114 Lake Avenue.
The fact that he was a professional athlete meant nothing in the end. He is a citizen who was held accountable by the jury for his depraved conduct.
This appears to have been an attempted murder-suicide, but sadly, it was the baby, police say, who didn't survive. Every available resource being used in a troubling search on the Connecticut River. Middletown Fire Department, deep environmental conservation officers, and state police divers. From above, Trooper 1 scanned the river surface as well as the banks, later relieving Trooper 1 for more air recon. A helicopter with U.S. Customs and Border Protection flew in. All the activity attracted several onlookers.
I came out here to pray.
Prayers because of the unthinkable, a 7-month-old child tossed in the Connecticut River.
Right off the bridge? Oh, wow, I didn't know that.
The Aragoni Bridge, a 911 call at around 11:30 Sunday night came in that 22-year-old Tony Moreno was suicidal and headed to the bridge with his baby boy, Aiden. When Middletown police officers arrived, Moreno jumped, but they say they didn't see the child with him.
The Middletown Police Department has been able to confirm that a 7-month-old listed as missing did enter the Connecticut River last night.
Rescue crews managed to pull Moreno from the river alive, and he is currently in stable condition and awake. Sources involved in the emergency response tell us that his face is so swollen from the fall, he can't talk. However, we've learned it's believed Moreno threw Aiden over the side first before he jumped. Police also found Aiden's stroller on the bridge.
The search for the 7-month-old boy is now classified as a recovery.
With every hour going by, with search teams scanning the water above and below and no sign of Aiden on land, the more likely it became that this was sadly a massive recovery effort. Sources tell us Aiden may have been the victim of a custody dispute.
The investigation into the incident is ongoing. It is expected that charges will be forthcoming once the investigation is complete.
And you can see way down here on the Connecticut River, downstream from the Aragoni Bridge, the recovery effort is ongoing. Once again, a little bit more scaled back after 15 hours, or actually 16 hours, of searching for this baby. At 5, hear from neighbors of the little boy who give us a sense that this indeed appeared to be a custody dispute.
So roll the price back.
When they say roll back the price,
we need the price to roll back. Uber is not treating us good.
What they mean is kick it in reverse.
Cheaper than the bus.
And drive the price back up.
Yes.
To what it was.
From $1.10 per mile to $1.50.
We need the price.
These Greater Hartford drivers,
We are not earning any money.
are keeping it in park.
There is no way that we can survive
And striking.
$1.10 per mile.
No driver is going to work in Hartford.
Because Uber decided to slash another 40 cents per mile
Ridiculous.
off their fare.
It is free.
So their 80% cut for each ride won't go as far again.
What is the reason that price go down 3 times?
When Uber arrived in the Hartford area over a year ago, drivers with the service from the beginning say fares have consistently decelerated from $2.15 per mile to $1.90, then to $1.50, and now $1.10.
We are like Uber trying to make us slaves. We are an Uber driver, is not slave.
Not everyone thinks so.
I'm happy with Uber.
Hidayat Rahman's opinion wasn't a popular one at the protest.
If the job come in, I accept.
But he plans to keep driving, and he even took us for a ride.
I'm not going to go that strike, I'm still happy what they do.
Rahman says driving for Uber, even at 40 cents less per mile, is miles better than when he was a cab driver.
Before we take $30 a job, now we take $25, $24 job. So $5, $6 is not a big deal.
Rahman figures he clears about $3,000 a month with Uber.
in 250 feet, but destination is on your right.
So, he's proud to be a company man
Okay, go ahead, no problem.
and will market the service
I have no complaint.
as long as he's in the driver's seat.
If I show you 5 minutes, I'm gonna 5 minutes there.
Reduce fare,
1 minute, I'm gonna 1 minute there.
strike or no strike. Rahman says right now his life is in cruise control.
Be happy to drive Uber.
In Hartford, John Charlton,
Everything is good.
Fox, Connecticut. Only recently have players really been lighting up the net, literally. Fire.
We appreciate the wood delivery.
And ice. It's one of the few reasons to be out in the cold.
You ain't scoring no goals on me today.
Oh, yeah.
Pond hockey, a New England winter tradition. And on Lake Garda in Burlington,
Good turnouts are always good.
it shines when the sun goes down.
We were hoping that rainstorm flooded it mint for us.
Hockey night in the Cove. It's basic floodlighting,
Attack.
mounted on a couple of trees, but good enough to keep the game going. Bright enough to see what you're shooting at.
Closes the door. Night's the best. It gets colder, but it sounds great. Oh, got dangled. The ice is harder. It's perfect time to play.
The turnout fluctuates. Most times it's 5-on-5.
There it is.
But word is spreading,
This year's actually the first year with 2 goalies.
and that's just icing on the cake.
Oh, snipe.
All are welcome in this arena, all ages, all skills, guys and girls.
It's just great to see the community come out. You know, it's great to have everybody here having a good time.
So you're probably wondering at this point, what's that glow-in-the-dark thing flying around the ice? Of course it's a puck, but not just any puck. It's a Comet puck, and it was invented right here. Same size, weight, and hardness as a regulation puck, just a much brighter idea.
It's equipped with 2 LED lights, and it takes a lithium 3-volt battery.
That puts a charge in the Comet puck for about 12 hours of playtime, according to its inventor, Bill Lears.
It comes in 3 colors. There's blue, green, and super bright red.
Much better than black at night.
I can see them better. I don't get smoked in the side of the face with them.
You can't miss it, even when shots go wide. The Comet puck shooting across the night sky.
Well, now we don't lose pucks.
It's awesome. And then you don't see a guy, but then you just see the puck start moving and flying back, and then it's coming back at you at Mach 1.
Warning, the Comet puck may cause flashbacks to how the game used to be played.
Solani in again, big shot, he scores!
Fox Tracks had a brief pro career in the 90s, although nicknamed the Glow Puck or Laser Puck. With a tail like that, why not a Comet Puck? Today, there's something good in joining the dark side of hockey.
Comet puck is the best thing ever.
Perhaps, but it's not sold in stores in Connecticut. Now Lears sells the Comet Puck from home. More than 1,200 sold worldwide since December.
I've got them in Finland, and I have a couple retailers in Minnesota and in Canada.
It really highlights the night hockey experience. Outside, in the Cove, and under the lights.
Go, Dan, go! Breakaway!
Ice time doesn't expire here, the skaters do. After the last period, some overtime. Another invention.
A little homemade Zamboni.
Not his own.
I found it online.
But still a pretty cool or really cold way for a clean sheet of ice.
And it makes it like glass.
In Burlington,
It is what makes Connecticut great in the winter.
John Charlton, Fox, Connecticut.
I'm ready for a beer.
There you have it, the Comet Puck. How about that, guys?
Yeah, there you go.
$22.95.
Love it.
Comes with two batteries. Comes with 2 batteries and a pair of forceps to put the battery in there.
So your surgical
technique here that you're using. I'm just curious why it's not sold in Connecticut.
Because no retailer has picked it up just yet.
So nobody will put it in the stores?
Not
It
yet.
seems like a great idea.
Yeah, and retailers in other states have actually picked it up,
Sure.
so why not Connecticut, right? I'm John Charlton, Fox, Connecticut.